right, Anna? Let me invite these YouTubers into the conversation. Good night, guys. On a late to the party, but y'all are late to the party, but I'm inviting you all anyway, even though you all are late. There we go. Yeah, Anna, me invite them to the party. Hot gal at the place. How you doing? Heartbeat and Jules. All right, so guys, those of you on the tube, yeah, we are talking about. I'm actually talking about my my latest news article here, where the Jamaican teacher was living in Massachusetts. Her name, her name is Katie Ann Dawson. She was unalived on Friday. Yeah, by her husband last week Friday, the 27th, by her husband. And not only did he unalive her, he also unalived their 7-year-old daughter and then himself. I'm sure no the man wicked, people. I'm sure the man wicked. So the man do the deed. Do the deed to his wife and his daughter, and then he went ahead and he called 911 and he told them what he had done. And after he hung up the phone, he did it to himself. So by the time the police got there, they found the 3 bodies. Unfortunate. Very sad. Oliver, you large or you small? Welcome into the live, guys. Those of you on the tube, when you come in, you make me know so on the on the live, for coming on the live and come and not say nothing. Is that how y'all are impolite? Y'all come into the live, y'all ain't saying nothing? Say something to the host. Say hello. My granny always say, oh, they come from outside. Yeah? Watch P now. What's up? Good night, P. What's up? You're not gone in your bed yet. Not after 9 o'clock. Claudia Adu, welcome. Welcome into the live. How are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome. Everybody who is in the live, come on. We are talking about this domestic violence thing. Craig is here. How you doing? Welcome to Jamrock. Jamrock, how you doing? Welcome. How are you doing? Peace, are y'all listen to me? Somebody is. Somebody is listening to me. I'm not too bad, Jamrock. I'm here. I am here. Craig said nothing not go on. Yeah, me there here, nothing not go on. No, me just come out for the hustling. And then me come over here and decided that, when I come over here, come chat to them a little bit, there is just so much that's going on. And especially when it comes to domestic violence, there's just so much that is going on. And it just seems like it is becoming more and more pervasive. This happened on the 27th. Jamrock is asking, when did this happen? This happened just last week, on the 27th of April. Somebody said, Craig says it's not gonna stop, and that pessimistic view makes me wanna cry, because I want it to stop. I want stuff like that to stop. How do we tackle that monster? How do we tackle that monster? Everybody's talking about it's mental health. It's mental health. So all this time, all them other people who, oh, Morgan, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing, my love? Happy Monday night to you. All them other people who back then, and it's not new that relationships are breaking up. That is not something that is new. That's not a new phenomenon, is it? Is it? People have been breaking up for eons and eons and eons. The relationship isn't working out. You go mind your business, me go mind my business. What's so hard for people to understand? What is so hard? If it's not working, you go. The same way you would never known that person prior to you all having this relationship. Consider it the same way now. I did not know you before. I'm going to consider I don't know you after this. That's how I see it. I don't know you. Jamrock said, no, it's not. However, people are, oh, yeah. Jamrock says a lot of people feel hopeless, and that is true. There is a lot of hopelessness. But as I was saying before, it's the men. It's mostly the men who are perpetrating these crimes, and I just feel like women become more hopeless after a relationship than men. That's just how I see it. Because a woman will leave a relationship with quote unquote baggage that will hinder her from being able to go into another relationship, either right away or sometime down the road. Because a woman leave a relationship, she have big belly, she have pitney, she have flat body, she have, yeah, all of these things. She have wrinkles, she have everything. And this might reduce our chances. A man might say, I want a woman with a flat bottom, I don't want a man with a big belly. But you see some of the man them, after a relationship, them broke down, popped down and have all kinds of parts of them dragging along government streets. I see somebody pick them up. Belly are hung over them, can't find them mentionables. And somebody still a pick them up. Us women are never usually that lucky. Jamrock said men need to talk about their true feelings. That is true. And I think that there needs to be some more brotherhood where the men talk with each other, where the men express their feelings with each other and come up with solutions amongst themselves as to how to navigate a breakup. Be there to support each other. Because I just think when we just cast it off and say, oh, it is mental health, I think that's just a way of us trying to escape the real problem. And we're not dealing with the problem because we just dismiss it and say, oh, mental health. No, I mean, because you have to be crazy to do these kinds of things. So clearly, there is some disconnect between your ears. There is some disconnect. Jamrock said, we women talk. Yeah, that is the thing. Women talk, women chat to each other, talk to their mothers, talk to their sisters, their friends. But the thing is, men are discouraged from saying their feelings because they're going to be seen as soft. You know, them can't angle business. But men these days seems to be not just soft. I think that there's, I don't know, some kind of demon in them. I don't know. You say they don't have they need to have safe spaces. I think there are safe spaces for them. Maybe not enough, not as many as us women would have. I think they have safe spaces, but they do not want to utilize it because it's going to show a sign of weakness. All right, see that, sir? You see that, Craig said, me not express myself to no man. Woman, me express me. You something else. He said, I'm not express himself to no man. A woman, he might express himself to. I understand what you are saying. Joyanne say, I know her from Jamaica, a really nice and beautiful lady. Yeah, I mean, she taught my daughter in high school. I mean, so I don't know. I don't know. For those of you who are over on the tube, you may be able to see the photograph of the lady who we are talking about actually. So if you go over on the talk, you will see the person who we are talking about. And we are talking about 45-year-old Katie and Dawson, a teacher from Jamaica who was unalived last week Friday, by her husband up in Massachusetts. He unalived her, unalived the baby, their 7-year-old daughter, and then himself, you know. So it is absolutely heartbreaking. And you all remember, I bring this up again because you'll remember it was only a month ago that I talked about the nurse with whom I used to work named Dominique McGeechee, whose husband did the same thing to her and their 12-year-old son and himself. So it brings up the question, what is going on with our men? And sometimes I wonder if these crazy men are targeting successful women. Do they have something that we need? So much so that we ignore the red flags, we ignore all the signs that say run. Is it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the answer. Winsome, you know how long me there wait for you, Winsome. Winsome, you know how long I've been waiting for you. I said, Jesus have mercy, with Winsome there. I've been on the live how long. Craig said what happened to her. Her husband took her 3 points and the 3 points of the little baby, the little girl you see there, 7-year-old, and his 3 points up there in Boston. God say, I want the man them have a drug on the ground. Them not have nothing to even drag on their thighs, let alone to drag a ground. Forgive me, forgive me there. Forgive me right there, below. We win some, what's up? On a good morning, no win some, no night. A night, no, we know. Good night. How you doing? Win some, miss, I'm make a piece of breakfast. Yes, me can't go to work, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I said she don't want none. Look like she not even me can eat it. Let me see who this one come up on the live, come talk to me. Let me see who is this. Where's my friend Craig? You know, bless up your nice clean self, my friend. My good me say, my good as yes, another one. Another one, my dear sister. Another one. It is absolutely heartbreaking. I never thought that after I brought you all that news last month, that 1 month, exactly a month later, we would be here again with another situation where the husband take out the wife to pick on himself. It's absolutely sad. Craig, what's up? I'm not hear you. What's up? How you doing?
I don't know.
You don't know what you do?
They are going to hold it.
You go and hold it?
They are going to hold it.
You better hold it. If you don't hold it, it not will hold you.
Yeah.
So you better go and hold it.
I'm not hold it.
You better hold it. No make nobody hold it for you.
Can't make you hold me. Yeah, I'm going to hold it.
No make nobody hold it for you. Black Prince. What you been up to? Happy Monday to you, my friend.
What kind of thing is it that come from the platform?
Oh, me?
Yeah, I'm just going to hold it till tomorrow, you know, celebrate another.
Yeah, I remember, you know, today I say to myself, today I say, Queer, at the 6th, and tomorrow no Craig birthday.
Tomorrow, my strong, you see me?
Yeah, it came across my mind today. I'm say, Queer, not tomorrow I'm birthday.
I may have to remember, you know.
So you have to go remind me? You're not going to remind me. Remember,
what kind of thing that they come up on this platform and talk about? About brotherhood and manhood and childhood and kind of hood. Anyone know fire? No, anyone have firewood?
Winsome, God says, Winsome, who have you occupied that you typing incorrect? Me, I know who have Winsome
Yeah, crack up
occupied,
a
but
wagon.
not time. Me just there. Me just come from work,
Huh?
and me say, let me come chat a little bit with
That's about me?
Eh? What I say, Craig? Yes, spam me live.
Did I crack up on that time?
Oh,
Did I crack up on that time?
oh.
Oh?
Me just a say, me just a come home from work, so me decide for company live, come talk about this business or what they go on here, so mental
You
health
decide to show
problems.
up on the live?
Me just have to show up on it, yeah. Let me not pretty on the live, so me not have to show up.
Oh, purchase and come on the live.
Hey, me pretty on the live, so me have to come forward up myself. Not you, Black Princess. Yeah, I have to come show up myself.
So
Talk to me.
So as you were elaborating about the topic, it's something serious. It's something I've been advocating, talking about domestic violence, talking about it's really sad the situation that our mindset is at, and people are paying attention to just men. It's a whole heap of, thing. It's a whole heap of aspect to it. It not just come just by some man now think right. It have to do with the type of things we were taught, the education level, the system, the society. It has so much different aspect to it. As a youth, I grew up in the garrison community. I was exposed to all different type of things, all different type of abuse. But at the end of the day, I was still against all of these things. Still is against all of these things because we can't support or condone no negative energy whatsoever as it relates to men ill-treating our women, as it relates to women ill-treating or disrespecting our men. And yeah, a lot of persons, a lot of male not speaking out, and it can't pinpoint out to just an individual. It has to do with how our men respect our women, our women respect our men, what our parents taught us. It has to do with single parenting. It has so many different aspects, and the mindset of what how we are today. It's sickening, and everything contributes.
One of the funny things though, Craig, is that a lot of these men who are perpetrating these crimes, they were not a product of single parenthood. So, I know that single parenting has really taken a beating, more so than any other, because people talk as though as a single parent, children of single parent are expected to be the scourge of society, and it is not so. There are lots of children who have been raised by single parents who turn out to be great members of society. I never had a daddy. My daddy been dead since I was 8 years old. My mom raised me by herself. She raised us by herself.
And this is why I say, and this is why I say it's not just one thing.
It cannot be just one thing.
Just part of what me know about. Blaming because me. No. I know. This is why I say it has a lot to do with everything. Still have a lot to do with how we were raised, the things we were taught, the things we were not exposed to. You get what I mean? I said that's so many different things. When I include single parenting, that's just another different.
Yeah, I understand.
Because we can't talk off of stuff that yeah. So as you mentioned, sometimes it's not even that. It's whatever in one's environment, what they were exposed to and what they were taught, or what they led to believe.
Right, what they gravitate towards.
Believe it or not, there are some people don't believe it because it's just like you have the body. See, you have negative energy and you have positive energy. Is what you allow to consume you. You get what I mean? Because the same man or the same woman will do some good things. You never can tell. You wonder why some verbal conflict start off a simple, you know,
things.
misunderstanding
Simple
and
misunderstanding.
disagreement, and it led to, you know, yes. So sometimes it's not even premeditated. Sometimes it come off, you know, a constant thing that keep repeating, and then actions lead to that. You get me? It's like every energy farm up bring forth action. You get what I say? So
Yeah, I
sometimes you
understand what
never
you
can
say.
tell because, so, all right, for me, for example, you know, you can get, if you might get a shocking report and say, oh, you know, something terrible going on, and you say, no, that's not him because me know him over the past, and the man's attack, you know, some positive things, some righteous things, and rare. But, you know, it was the people in mindset. If you just try to firm up your mind, you get me?
Yeah,
And
but
try
I mean,
understand,
how,
say, soft
Audrey,
answer
thank you for the
of your
follow. How
heart.
are
So
you
some of the
doing?
time, them, you just avoid things, but not everybody are going to firm in at them heavens.
That is the thing. Not everybody is as firm as that in their you know, in their expressions. Not everybody is that firm. Some people, even though you might look at them and say, you know, well, you know, this person seems to be fortified, this person seems to have been raised, quote unquote, right, you know, right? But thank you for the rose, my love. What are you doing? Me see we want something on your hand, like something wrong with your hand. Or what are your hand? You that ramp with Miss Palmer? Anyway, all right. Anyway, Jappy is in the house and Anak is here. Welcome. How y'all doing? Yeah, so what, as I was saying, sometimes people are raised in an environment where it seems as though they are shaded, they are shaded and insulated from the events of outside, and people say, oh, they are antisocial because they were not raised to socialize with others, and that is why they are sort of reclusive and they can't handle social circumstances, you know, they develop some kind of agoraphobia or something. And then you have those people who were out and about in life, but the two of them could commit the same offense. So there is no one way to say it is because of X why you did Y. It's not. We're not going to get the correlation because that is. Oh my God, Leon, what's up? Because that's not how it works. That's not how we are seeing the events. The guy we talked about last week, who did what he did to the nurse lady we were talking about. You would say that, you know, he had a fairly good upbringing, you might say. His wife was brought up, not dragged up. She was brought up. She she married him, you know, with nothing, and sort of pulled him up. He held on to her coat tail until she was able to pull him up till he was able to go into the police force and, you know, get affiliated with the military and all of that. It was because of her. And what the man turned on and do? Unalive the woman after 12 years. And some people look at it and say, oh man, no, I don't think he would do that. You never can tell. Leon, you can't tell. I'm here just taking it easy. How
That
you
is
doing?
really wrong.
So something is wrong. And we cannot attribute any single event in somebody's life to their mentality as an adult. Right, Boots said him drop off a bed. I know bed you drop off a stand up. 1 minute is not enough. Minute is not enough. Anyway, little bit of a diversion there, guys. As usual, you all know when you come into my life, you gotta expect the unexpected. You all know what I mean. All right, right, legendary, and I hope you are feeling better, my love. So, Craig, do you think having more Do you think having
Yeah.
more support, man to man support, would help our men? Come here, you first run out and say you don't want to tell your problems to no man.
Yeah, it's needed. It's needed. Not just that. It need persons to be. It need male figures to be representing for our boys. It
Yes.
need man and man to just reason out certain things. It is very important, and I think that's why we have a lot of boys growing up, trying to become men and don't even understand, what does it take to become a
A
real man
man.
or a man task or
Exactly.
responsibilities. Even our music today, some of our artists they are putting out some contents,
Pure rubbish.
disrespecting our female, and I strongly,
Exactly. And the same
stand
woman them a
against
jump up
these
and down.
things. Because why will a man be saying all these nasty, derogatory things? Yeah, so it's quite sad what we accept in our world today.
You are so right. You are so right. And the same nasty music or something. The woman themselves a dance to it and a jump up and down. So I mean,
Yes,
once
but
once you
a lot of
start to
things
allow
I,
it,
as a man personally,
go ahead, I'm
yeah.
listening.
So there are certain things me as a man really not like, and people might find it weird, but it's not that I'm weird. It's just that I'm not liking certain things. For example, how some females would bring themselves around. I mean, I for one, simple thing like people would say, "Hey, you're living in a world now where these things are normal." I don't like see the fake lashes and them fake hair and them fake nails. Me personally, I like something there because it shows me directly that even though the argument might seem like it has switched, but me just to tell me as
Yeah,
a man,
me realize, but
it
that's all
shows me
right.
that you have lost your identity, who you really are. You're not comfortable with God, what God has created. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it goes for sure. It's I could be reasoning with some men about these things and say, hey, let's try to tell our women that we need them to be more normal. We will accept. Some of them are gonna say no, them not gonna tell them woman that because a hot girl them like, them likes. So I mean, it it has a lot to do with the level of how your mind thinks. You get me? A next man will say, yo, foreigner, when I run the risk, if my girl box me just cool in it, either me just take it or me left. And next man will say, oh, yo, me a flatter that. You get what I'm saying? And it's not it's not even a nice thought, much less, figure, carry out that devilish act. You get what I say? But I don't know where it went wrong, but there are a lot of different avenues as it relates to the mindset of our people today.
Well,
That's just my belief.
that is true. The mind, they say the mind is a terrible thing to waste. That is so true because every thought is first, every action is first conceived in your mind, and if you act on it, if you act on it, it
My
will
mind.
it yes,
My mind.
whatever that thought is. It's if it's
Even
a
one of my
cruel
poem
thought,
I said,
and you decide to act on it, then it will surely lead you to destruction. But every single action starts with a thought.
one of my poems I say, yes. In one of my poems I say, if only you understood how powerful your mind is, perhaps you would comprehend how nonsensical I is. Because as we said, the mind are one of the most powerful and the strongest
It is.
tool.
It
But some
is.
people don't know how to think, how to meditate, and that's just that.
So let me ask you this now. What do you think would be a good, what educational methods could we use to empower our men? Because we see this kind of stuff. We don't see women unaliving a man and the kids and themselves. Have you ever seen that? I have never seen
You know,
that.
so
Have you ever seen a woman unaliving the husband, the children, and herself? I don't remember an instant where that has happened.
it's very rare, but no. Listen, not because we don't see it, that does not mean it doesn't exist. Um, it's very rare, but because you'd wonder what woman would really want to go through that process, knowing that she bring forth a child, and at the end of the day, she is the person to carry out that act and execute such devilish act. The thing is, you'd be surprised. I'm not saying there's none I know of, but the weird things that occurs in our world today, you'll be shocked to know some of the things, all because ignorance, jealousy, miscommunication, misinformation, and it all has to do with what one thought. You get me? Because in their mind, they're still thinking, hey, so this probably right. You get me?
You mean like that
well,
final action?
There's no one to have you.
Is that what you're saying, Craig? You think in their minds they think that final action is true, is right?
Well, why them would do it?
Exactly.
Them just thinking of their mindset. Well, me can't think like them, but them feel like say this are the right.
Or them I say, right or wrong, them not care.
Like it, I just so the next thing, some people feel like say them are going on a different life or after life. You have people tie bump on themselves because they were taught and trained and told that you see Allah afterwards and all these things. And them say them do it because whatever religion them did and say so. It's quite odd some things that people believe, and then again it leads back to what I was talking about before, the mindset.
And then it seems to be happening too frequently.
What are some of the methods we can? Earlier you were asking what are the methods that we can try to tell our men that make them think conscious or firm or not doing these things.
How can we get our men?
It all starts.
Because it seems like it's more men who are committing these atrocities.
Like if you don't have love for yourself, you lost.
You're right.
I got hard for you love other people. You have to love yourself.
You are so right about that. Liz, how are you doing, my love? Good night to you. Blessings. Kevin, bless up a nice clean self. How are you doing?
Self-love and self-respect.
Yeah, I see. Hold on, Craig. I see Paul in the house. Paul, what's up? How you doing? Paul, I mean, like when somebody in the box. God say that question really calm me down. Me said another question calm me down at the two banga mirror we eat yesterday. Allow me no card, please. Yes, guys. Me feel like me shouldn't even smile or laugh on the live here. But that is my contagious spirit. I have to. Considering the seriousness of the situation that I am talking about with the unaliving of this Jamaican teacher who had moved to Lowell in Massachusetts. For those of you who are just coming, we are talking about this former teacher from Jamaica, Katie Ann Dawson, who was unalived by her husband in Lowell, Massachusetts last week, Friday. He unalived her, their 7-year-old daughter, and then himself.
Give a reason?
If who give where said say that again?
Did they give a reason?
A reason why he did it?
For demise. Any reason?
Yeah. I never hear none.
About another one issue.
Huh?
Was it not one issue?
That is the thing. I don't know, and I don't know if she was leaving him or whatever. The one I spoke about last week with the nurse who I worked with, or she had separated from her husband, and then he came and committed that act.
I can understand someone like a man. If your relationship now work,
It just now
why them
work.
want keep going in life? I
Exactly.
don't understand them.
Exactly. So I mean,
Just
Mama's
can't work.
handprint. If it now work, it just now work. That is why I had said that these men are just way too cruel to be committing these acts, because no matter how a man stay, here a grow time nose long like Rapunzel, here a grow time ears long like Rapunzel, teeth them a drop out, head ball, belly, the whole, you name it. Man a drag and a haul and drag and a go on, and there will still be a woman pick him up. A woman will still pick him up. But make a woman have a little, have two pitney. You hear the man them say, them want a woman with pitney.
No.
She gonna have a harder time moving on, finding somebody, than the man will find somebody. He will find somebody at the drop of a hat. So I don't understand why the breakup would hurt the man so much, to that extent that he must commit such a crime, that he must unalive the woman. I don't think it is just the breakup. I think it is deep rooted hatred that he has had for this woman all along. It is. Just today, just today, somebody sent me an article. Let me see what this says. Oh Lord have mercy. Sister Liz, I, I don't know. Kenzie said, Trev, I am what? You're what? Hugging me? I'll take it. I'll take a hug right now anytime. Winter, how are you doing? And Foxy, how are you doing? Just today, I was sent an article where a woman was found dead, like in a creek in South Carolina. She was found dead. She was a pastor's wife. You understand? She was found dead in a creek. And the father, the pastor, go up on him pulpit and go tell the people how his wife has been struggling with mental health for a long time. And they know that she had testified about her mental health in church all the time. And now she has committed the suicide thing. I don't know what I'm talking about. You understand? I don't believe that woman committed any suicide, nothing.
I got bounce in the car. I have something I forgot to start out, so we'll vibe again.
Bounce and start, my friend. I love you. We'll talk tomorrow.
Yeah.
Have a great one. All right, let me see what Winsor.
Okay, you can't. I said I love you. Something up on the live. You know, sister Paul never want me in your box already. What wrong with you?
It happens. Anybody who don't know me, them too bad for them. It is okay. Have yourself a good night. We will talk.
Okay. Paul, you hear that? Paul, you hear that? Too bad for you, Paul.
Nobody can rub it in a Paul. I can't stand you.
She love when no, but not rub nothing in a Paul face. Nothing, not do that something there. What she has said,
Craig, enjoy your birthday tomorrow. Me text you tomorrow.
Paul.
Don't leave Paul alone.
You saw me make sure you happy for a Saturday. Paul,
I can't with you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Somebody said they never heard about this. Yeah. Yes, Mama's handprint. It happened last week, the 27th, whichever day was 27th. I think 27 was Friday night, I believe it was. Yeah. Up there, you can go look up the article. It happened in a place called Lowell in Massachusetts. And Kadian was a teacher from Jamaica. She used to teach at Westwood. She used to teach at Westwood High School in Trelawney. And she had migrated. She came up here, married that guy, have her little daughter. And whatever happened between them Friday night, he decided that he was going to be judge, juror, and executioner, and he took out the woman. Oh, what happened here, so? Why am I live? Why am I live switch? Oh, what happened? Oh, what? Who a mess with me something? I wanna me moderator them a mess with this. Yeah. Sister Marcia, what's up? How you doing? Good morning, good night, sis. Good night, sis. How you doing? Happy Sunday night, Monday night to you. Happy night to you. Yes, Mama's handprint. So whatever it was that was going on between the two of them, I am not sure if there was a pending divorce or what kind of animosity was going on between them. But at the end of the day, the man unalived that woman, unalived the baby, little 7-year-old baby, and then called the police, and told the police what he had done to his wife and his child. And then before the police got there, he unalived himself. What is going on? We get more interaction when she's not when she does not is not
mute me in a moment, so one point before me left.
Me want hear one point before you left. Good night, precious.
Yeah, so
which one you gonna say?
I talk about the situation now. That one name.
Which one you gonna say?
True there upon a topic, man could talk about that one real quick.
Okay. We have to stay upon topic. Bitterness.
No, let me do
Mama's and
no, me not go to bitterness. Me not go to leave.
Sick man.
So ladies, if you are I'm doing the poem and then I can't talk
about
the people.
Alright, go on do the poem.
My God. You see, Paul, I want to moderate mute me and then sitting there. Let me just say a poem real quick.
Alright.
Give myself, Mr. Paul, and the rest of people mode up. So, me are going to say one poem. You can't leave. So whether you're a man or a woman and you're there in a relationship, and if it not work, it's easy, you just leave. Don't stress over it and fight and kill over it. You see me? Alright. No man nor woman should be held against his or her own free will. Are you sending threats? Who are you going to kill? In my face, you plant a fist by multiple kicks. I scream for help, I bawl, yet you never resist. Like a slave, I was whipped. Bruised all over like tattoos to my skin. Still, I never fought back. If I did, I might have been killed. It's not like I was afraid of you, it's just that I never expect that. Guess what? I will never accept that. Even when they say sorry a million times, I can never forget that. How did it come to this? Yesterday our relationship was like one of the best things on earth. You promised you love me forever, for better, for worse. I gave you my all just to make things work. Now today, I'm so disappointed as the true colors serve. You're just a pretenders, heart dark and crammed with dirt. Please leave me alone. You never value my worth. Tomorrow I'll be gone with the wind. Makes no sense you search. Now to you listen my poem. I know what abuse and depression is, and it's why I'm reaching out to you. Yeah, you. My suggestion is, if counseling can't fix situation, leave. No matter what the circumstance is, leave. You already experience what evil mixed with ignorance is. Leave. There is no progression with aggression. So my question is, will you leave? People do look out and check my book out. It's called Don't Cry by Craig Kirkland, another multi-talented Jamaican. May 29th will be my birthday celebration. Please join my live. Register, click the link and you can go on. Tomorrow is I and I birthday. And you know, it's the great day, it's never the worst day. So maximum respect and big respect in every aspect. Trev, it's been a pleasure being on your platform again.
Every
maximum
time.
Respect to every single individual who are on your life. Tell them precisely. Look them up.
As always, guys, that is the one and only Craig Kirkland, artist Craig Kirkland. You all can go check him out, check his book out on check his book out over there on not Instagram. What the next place name wanna go buy things at the time? Amazon. Go check his book out on Amazon. The book is called Don't Cry. All right. Let me see who else is here. Craig is always giving us some great poetry. It's always my pleasure to have him sneak in, come in, spend a little bit of time with me. I sincerely appreciate it. Mama's Handprint says insecurity is playing a major role in lots of relationships. Women are independent and not to be controlled. Exactly. Women, more and more women are independent, but there is nothing that can replace a woman's desire for a partner, for a companion, for a man. Yeah? Because no matter what it is, there is nothing that can replace a woman's desire for a man. Me talking about man, the real testosterone driven man. Know what me talking about. But the problem is, even with all of this, it seems like women are valuing the men more than the men are valuing the women. Yes. Too many men nowadays, too many men have their egos so easily bruised just by the breakdown of a relationship, just by something not go their way. Did you all see that man there who went into the church yesterday and tried to shoot the pastor dead? Did you all see it? Wanna see it? There are so there are so many people out there, may I tell you. Sometimes I wonder if guns were not so prevalent, if it was not in the Constitution that people have the right to own guns, and so many people did not own guns, do you think there would be so many gun crimes? Do you think so? I think people are embracing the gun whenever they go to commit these violent offenses because they understand the finality that a bullet comes with. If it is something else that you have to fight with, the other person stands a chance of either overpowering you or getting away. But you can't outrun a bullet. And so people embrace their guns because they understand the power it has and the finality of whatever the circumstances. If it's somebody you don't like, if it's somebody you're rob, they understand what bringing a gun into that situation, how it changes the whole game. And so because they're so accessible, easily accessible, people just see it as the all-in-all solution to every problem. What can we use to replace that finality that people envision by just having a gun? What can we use to replace it? To replace the guns? What can we use? Because guns by themselves are not dangerous. You have to have a person behind that trigger. And now, see Paul even saying about the mental health. That is what we are talking about, where everything is now being said, oh, it's mental health, it's mental health, it's mental. Then what is causing so many people to be mentally unstable? Because you can't fix a problem if you do not identify the problem and be willing to tackle the problem. You're not going to be able to fix it. So if you just say, Oh, like you have one pitney and the pitney just keep on a teeth. And you say, oh, I just drew your finger. I just drew my finger making my teeth. That's you being dismissive. It's as though you are saying, okay, because he has fingers, he's going to steal, so let him continue stealing. When stealing is a problem. And it's causing not just problem for that child, but also problem for the people around that child. So I believe that when people just dismiss these actions and say, oh, it's mental health, it's as though everybody gets a green light, everybody gets a pass to just call it mental health, to act all ratchety and weird and slay whoever upsets them, and whenever things don't go their way, they just pew pew everything and everybody, and that's it. It was because of your mental health why you did that. You don't say, all are we crazy? Talk to Matthew. Did you know that all we all have the same mental capacity to be crazy and to be kind? We have it, you know. But it's for us to decide which way we are going to go. Which of our levers is going to be pulled today? Yeah, it's for us to decide. Nobody can decide for you. Everybody have to decide. So if mental health is going to be the excuse, then all of us can use mental health for everything and anything. The person who is a shoplifter can go and use mental health because they're mentally ill. Why am I going to shoplift? And anything else that happens, they can use their mental health. So I don't like how them like to just throw out this mental health and say, just a pass it out like candy and say, oh, it's because of your mental health, because of your mental health. Why you do such a thing? And then everybody else thinks that, okay, they can continue to do this kind of thing. They can do it and then just claim insanity. If you want to take out yourself, take out yourself. Yourself. No make me stop you. But I have a problem if you want to take out yourself, but you decide to take out other people with you. Don't do that. Kazen! Kazen! How are you doing, my love? Good night, Kazen. Pause as a society contribute a whole lot to me. Of course, yes, Paul. It is the environment in which we are being raised, this environment in which we live, in this environment, the things that we are exposed to in books, well, enough when I read, online, on the internet, with the people in our social circles, all those things, it affects our mind. You hear them say, oh, TikTok China don't have like people are winding up on shenanigans and all them something there. Them not have that for them platform. They have people doing maths and science and astrology and all these things. That is what they're exposed to. So that is how their minds are being developed. For us, our minds are so fluid because we are permitted to think and experience all these things on the internet. While in China, as I've been told, the mind is being trained differently. The mind is being trained to absorb anything that has technology and math and science, everything that is going to enhance the intellect of the mind. While for us, they give you a whole heap of baga. They give it. But the choice is ours. Because you can always filter out what you don't want. But sometimes the baga, it's a way to relieve stress and all. Paul says a lot of us are not so reserved when it comes to relationship. A lot of us are not so reserved when it comes to relationship. I already know disregard to you. I love no disregard to you. I love boldness in your tone. Eddie, what's up? Who is this? Paul, is this you? This somebody says they're my friend. Their name is Fatman Paul. Is that you, Paul? Who wants to come up? But where the person gone? Thank you, Erdy Spence. Thank you so much. Oh, it's not you. Oh, the person gone though. Okay. All right. Mama's handprint said most women were taught to place men on podiums and they occupy the back seat. They are no longer fit. They no longer fit the boxes and are stepping out. That is so true. A lot of women were taught that. You understand? Culturally, that's how we were raised. You know, the man is supposed to be the leader of the house. He's supposed to be the king. He is supposed to lead, and you are supposed to follow. But nowadays, a lot of these men can't even lead themselves. So how them are gonna lead me and you? No, for them, me don't want a leadership from them, for they can't lead themselves. No. No. So women, we have had to come out of hiding. We have had to come out of the back seat. And we have had to take the reins. A lot of men don't like that. A lot of men do not like that. They do not like the fact that a woman is taking the reins. That grinds their gears. Because men believe that it is because they have a beard or a tulips. I don't know how much I can say on these apps, because these apps always, I don't know why the anatomy is a problem and the correct names for anatomical parts is a problem on these apps. Like, oh, it's crazy. But anyway, I am used to using the anatomical term for body parts. But on these apps, they want to come drive you crazy. I make you have to find all kinds of different words for. I'm like, what is going on, Erdy? Erdy say I'm at work watching and loving listening to you. I thank you, my love. I thank you. Yes. So nowadays I'm saying women are taking the reins, and a lot of men's feelings get hurt because a lot of women are not sitting down and waiting for a man to tell them what to do anymore, or where to go, or how they should comport themselves. No. Women are taking the reins. We got adult suffrage, a hundred years ago, 100 and something years ago. We are doing what we are doing on our own, right, God? Because if a lot of us were to sit down and wait on these men, we'd have dead for hungry. We would have dead for hungry. We walk up and down a road like Ben Johnson, one and in front of you like Hector Gibson and one behind us. We have had to come out from the shadows and take care of ourselves. And then them run we're gone, and we have to take care of the children that they leave us with. And then there is society that starts mass incarceration, especially of them people here. You understand? So right there, so now the mothers are left with the children and with no daddy. Daddies are gone to jail for extended periods of time. Children them basically raise themselves. Mommy's working 2-3 jobs to try to put food on the table. When she's at work in the evening, kid come home from school, the neighborhood raising them. The neighborhood introducing them to narcotics and everything else to which they shouldn't have been introduced. So there's just so much that we have to tackle in society. And then there comes the individualistic introduction in society. We are social beings, but that socialization is being slowly pulled away from us and leaves us feeling stranded. A lot of people feel stranded, they feel isolated, they feel alone. And as all of these emotions continue to roam around in their bodies, they are getting older and older and older. Before you know it, them looking for a wife, them looking for a husband. And here come an unsuspecting Jamaican. Here comes an unsuspecting person coming over into this country. I maybe see this man as you know, a ticket out of, going back. A ticket out of, you all know what I mean. You know what I mean. And not knowing, say, your death warrant you sign when you sign the when you sign that marriage certificate. You don't even know. Is your death warrant you're signing. You understand? Because a lot of these people, you wonder why them not find somebody America. You ever wonder sometime? Man reach 40, 50-year old, never married, never been in a long-term relationship, and then them all of a sudden, they want one Jamaican. All of a sudden, they want one Jamaican. What them take with a kunumuno? Paul said it started in 1987. Females were told they have equal rights, so they are coming out. When females were told they have equal rights, so they are coming out in force. What do you mean, Paul? I'm not even going to talk on what you just said unless you explain it to me and let me know exactly what you're talking about. I don't know, so from night, me there from night, I don't know who me I wait pan all night, right, people? For those of you who are always on my live, I don't know who me I wait pan from night, right? But there whole night I wait pan somebody. And all know me not see him come yet. Marcia Peters, how you doing? Jimmy Joe, my friend, how are you doing? Good to see. Jimmy Joe, man, you and Joseph was at the same place. Why did you want to come together? Why did you want to come in at the live together? Happy blessed night to one and only Trev. To each and everyone. Yeah. Thank you, Jojo. Me see you and Jimmy Joe walk up in the place at the same time. So me know so me have active, right? You and James Brown, yes, you and James Brown walk up at the same time. So I know I have active. Me have people to protect me right now. Joseph, how you doing? Good night to you. Good night to you, Jimmy Joe. Good to see you. The live I skip what? Lulu, skip to my Lou. Lulu, skip to my Lou. Because I'm talking to the both of y'all. What's wrong with you? I'm talking to the both of y'all. Yeah, Cad, you always have some very brilliant ideas. Now, can you tell me what nobody What you mean by no Barney songs? No Barney songs? But that's how could come to my mind once she said that. That's how that could come to my mind. But Kat, you always have some brilliant ideas. Come on. Talk to me. See if you can pull out something out of your goodie bag and tell me exactly what. Give me a suggestion as what do you think? What do you think as a people we could do? What could we do, in all honesty, to minimize the risk of these events? Because God knows, I never expected to have a situation like this so close to me, so close to home, twice in 1 month. I never expected to have a situation like twice. It's just 3 weeks ago. Just 3 weeks ago, we talked about We talked about the nurse who I worked with. Just 3 weeks ago, we talked about her and her husband doing the same thing to her, their child, and himself. And to think that a month later, may I talk about it again? No, sir. No, sir. Can't be right. Cannot be right. So there has to be a way. There has to be something. God, God, you know, so me can't bother with you. Me can't. But I ain't even gonna repeat what you just said. Trust me, me not gonna repeat it. Me not gonna repeat it. Because this epidemic that is going on here, so with these men unaliving the women and unaliving the children and themselves, this is becoming more than more than I care to bear, to be honest with you. It's becoming too much, just too much. It cannot be that we can just sweep everything under the rug and say, oh, it's mental health, and just dismiss it. How can we identify these people with these kinds of mental instability before they commit these cruel acts? Pastor, how long we been on? How long we been on, guys? It's supposed to come up to about 2 hours on the talk, because I was on the talk for a hot minute before I went over on the tube, and I've been on the tube now an hour. So that means that me not see the tube come up yet with the hour and a half. You know, the tube would come up and say, oh, good. No, the tube would come up and say, good job. You have been here for 90 minutes. Me not see the 90 minutes come up yet. So that means I'm not there here for 90 minutes yet. Yes, I wait for the 90 minutes. I'm getting off the live at about 10, 10:45, 10:45, or maybe 11 o'clock. Yeah. So I can go get myself together and go to. Those of you who came on the live this morning, honestly say, me still dressed the same way from this morning, because yeah, next time I go to work, I'm gonna come back. I'm still come back for talk to you. No, that's me come and talk to you. God says we had to hold back cause in the bedroom, because these men are crazy. These men, God, you think Bassett met joke. These men are crazy. I mean, these kinds of acts are just acts of the devil. These are cruel acts. Who is this DJ? You sound like you got that good look. DJ, rest yourself one side, right? By another corner yesterday. Tell them to tap the screen, the live acting up. Oh, I told them not tap the screen, make it act up. Oh, tell them no, Paul. Tell them to tap the screen, make it act up, cause you know all of them things they know. I don't know all of them things. That J Brown says that means no one no see you yet. So you need to go. So we need to go a little bit longer. All right. Louis Sosa, how are you doing? All right. So we're gonna go until 11. Is that good for you, Joe? All right, we're gonna go until 11. So I've been here 90 minutes now. The top just told me I've been here 90 minutes. So we're gonna continue for a little bit more as we talk about how in the world can we minimize the of these men committing these cruel acts against women. What do you think? Come on now, people. I want to have no me there. I talk like me swallow radio, you know, or because I what just a Josie say anything I say All right, Joseph. All right. All right. But may I try to get one input from you all to say, one thing. Because I think that you know have to wait until the people do something this cruel, like how this man analyzed the woman and the pitney and himself. You don't have to wait until it get this far. But the thing is, police police are not going to take you in unless you have done something unlawful. They're not gonna take you in like that. So you can't just say, "Oh, I suspect that my husband might do this kind of thing." That's not going to be enough evidence for police to come and take him. And certainly, unless he has committed an offense with his weapon, that would justify the courts to take that weapon away from him. They're not going to just say that is against his constitutional rights to just, say, "Oh, me no like how him act, me no like how him look for me." And then for them to come and remove the weapons from the house. He would have had to have done something with the weapon that would deem him to be an irresponsible gun owner. That would make them take it out, take the weapons away from him. But everybody's house have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, several weapons in the house. And it's only after they have committed crimes like these that everybody are going to say, "Lord, me never believe him would have do it. Me never believe him would have do that." Sometimes I think that the laws need to change and they need to include preemption into some of these legal clauses, because you can be with somebody and you can see how angry they can get. Over time, this person, with all this pent up anger, could do something like this. So when people cannot control their emotions to begin with, cannot control themselves, them ready to fly off the handle, the least of the thing, them fly off the angle, them a cuss, them a fight, them a threaten, all these things. What is it going to take when this person go grab a pew pew and knowing that this pew pew will end everything? The finality of it is right there in their hands, just for them to pull the trigger. We shall wait for the end result from what happened. I believe she played a major role. Say what you say again, Paul. Say what you just said again. Come in again. You said, we shall wait for the end result from what happened. I believe she played a major role. What you mean? You mean she played a major role in the unaliving of herself? Talk to me. Talk to me nice. Talk to me. You think she did something to cause him to do what he did to her? Why don't want to not go fly with me, Paul? Because that to me seems like, oh, but you say yes, so that you mean. Listen, me not agree with that. Why me not agree with it? If only we would be willing to let go of each other when the time has come, life could be so much easier. If only we could be willing to let go of each other. There is absolutely no way that I could ever say that a woman was unalived by her husband played a part in her demise. Because, number one, if she wants to leave the relationship, she's free to want to leave if she wants to leave. The man needs to learn that when a woman wants to go, you can't hold her, you can't chain her, you can't bound her. Let her go. You ever hear them say, if you have a bird and you love the bird, you would let the bird fly. Let that bird fly. If you treated that bird well, that bird will one day come back to you. My wife can't handle the kids. What do you mean, Louis? Your wife can't handle the kids, or your wife can't handle you? Which is it? Which is it? Is it the kids or is it you? Talk to me. You know, I would never ever blame the victim or say the victim is is had probably contributed, not even remotely would I think that the victim contributed to her own demise. She didn't pull the gun, pull the weapon. She didn't pull the trigger. She didn't unalive her child. She didn't unalive herself. So certainly, I wouldn't say that she should bear any responsibility in her demise. The person who committed this egregious act, that is the person. That is the person on whom I lay all the blame. If it's your emotions that is bothering you, go seek help. A lot of people don't want to seek help, especially men. Them not like to sleep well. You know, I had a patient not too long ago, and this patient, he talked to me about having some, what he called some demons. Okay, he called them some demons, not me call them that. He called them some demons he had been battling with, and he thought that he had overcome. He thought that he was on the path to moving away from those demons. You understand? And then all of a sudden, he said everything just started to come back to him. And he decided to go talk to a counselor. And he said he would go to the counselor. He had twice a week sessions with the counselor for 6 months. And there was the man now in the hospital. And everything in his mind. He just want to unalive himself. All these things. Why? He says every time he goes to the counselor wants him to talk about the same situation over. How counselors don't find that to be concerning, to serve as a catalyst to send this person over the edge. Every God Almighty day you come yourself in front of the counselor, I talk about the same situation from which you are trying to escape. How does that make sense? How make that make sense to me? Because people say you need to talk about. That. That's why I don't notice me now. Me not even have to tell you now. Me not the one sitting over again, I have to leave it. Maybe me can come back to it a year later or months later. But this continuous morning, noon, and night, you come back and talk about the same something. No, sir, me can't do it. Eddie says, sometime rent and no credit make it harder to. You're right, Eddie. You are so right, because there are financial stresses, there are emotional stresses, there are all kinds of stresses. And when you have established a relationship with somebody, you and this person live together, the two of you are sharing the rent, and sharing the light, and sharing all these bills and everything, and all of a sudden you have to leave. The two of you have to separate. You start sizing yourself up. Will I be able to pay my rent, my light, my phone, my water, and everything else without this person? If this person is the one who is greasing the financial wheels in this relationship, how am I going to survive? Louis, how am I going to survive without this person? And you invite the devil in your heart, and you think about it, and you entertain every evil thought about this person until the devil tell you, say, you know something, just end it all. End it for me, you, she, and everybody. And you grab that option. Lucas, good night. How are you doing? Somebody speak Portuguese in the chat. Me don't even have a clue what they must say. Vida sound like Spanish, like life, siempre. I think that maybe siempre, always. I don't know. It seems that that's what the person is saying, but I'm not sure what them saying. Yeah. But anyway, let's say when the math is not mathing. Exactly. The math be not mathing. You understand? When these men realize, not just the men, but when you realize, when a partner, one of you, when you realize that, you really ain't without this person. You really need this person if you want to maintain this lifestyle, if you want to go on out. But you have to understand, guys, you can start over, This is the thing people don't understand. I know society has made it hard for us to start over, and starting over just seems such a daunting task. People don't want to have to start over because the first thing they're thinking of, they have to go downsize. Especially if you have been in a relationship for a long time. One party has been moving up and the other party has been stagnant, not really making too much of themselves. Then when the other party is ready to leave, then you realize your lifestyle is really in jeopardy, because this lifestyle was not established or being maintained by you. It was being maintained by the other party. And now when the other party is going to leave, that leaves you, in a bind, having to pay that car note on your own, that insurance, that house mortgage, and all of that. So there are different stressors that causes people to go over the edge. That I will not deny. But starting over is an option, Liz. Lisa, yes, sis. I did starting over, of course. And it is an option that should be embraced. Society make it seem like starting over is the worst thing that could ever happen to you. It's not the worst thing. Sometimes it's the best thing. Sometimes it is the best thing that could happen to you. We have spent time on the problem. How can we be proactive in finding solution to the problem? That was exactly what I was asking y'all. How can we find a solution? What would be your recommended solution to this kind of problem? And that is where I was talking about. There's some kind of preemption should be employed, should be, tacked on to the law, where a person with uncontrolled anger, it would be enough to strip that person of their right to own weapons. But that not gonna happen. But that was my suggestion. That if you cannot control your anger, there will come a time when you would have gone so far, that you would do something like what this man Stephen Johns did to Katie and her child. Like what that guy Gerald did to Dominique and her son. You would have been so far gone. But per the Constitution, the people are not going to give up them pew-pew, and police not going to be able to just take your pew-pew, so even though you have not committed a crime with it. So it's almost like we are more reactive than proactive. We are wait for the person to do something. And when the person do something this cruel with the pew-pew, see there, everybody gone. There is nothing left to correct. There's nothing left to correct because he has unalived his wife, he has unalived the baby, he has unalived himself. There is no correction. The finality of all the problems is gone. That's it. That's it. And this is absolutely sad. Mama girl, what's up? Good night. How you doing? Kushunta? Kushunta. Oh, I like that. Kashunta. I like that. Good night to you. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome into the live. You are in the live of Trev from Trevessence, yeah? And tonight we are talking about this situation here in particular, where this Jamaican teacher, Katie Ann Dawson, was unalived by her husband, who also unalived the. I mean, I like the word unalived, you know. I mean, I like it, you know. But anyway, who unalived her, their 7-year-old daughter, and then himself. Yeah. And I am talking about this situation and how we can help our men. How can we help? Hey, Russian girl, how are you doing? And I'm talking about how can we help our men to be more emotionally intelligent so that they do not commit these kinds of egregious acts. It was only 2 weeks ago that I was talking to you all about another lady, a nurse with whom I worked, how her husband did the same thing. Yeah, he did. He unalived the child too. He unalived the wife and the child and then himself. Hello, Lady Gabrielle. Elaine Brown, how are you doing? And even when you use that word, the KLL word, you know, cause the people them will still turn around and give me a kind of hard time. What I do know, if there is a domestic violence and the police are called in, everything going to be seized. Not all the time. Not all the time. Not all the time. It all depends on the kind of domestic situation that there was, because I remember having had a situation like that, and no weapons were removed. No weapons were removed. Me could have been dead, you know, and rat note. Yeah, no weapons were removed. And it wasn't until I was deliberately threatened. It wasn't until I was deliberately threatened. And even after I was deliberately threatened, the police still could not just come and take the weapon. You have to go get the restraining order, and it is through the restraining order that the police is allowed to take the weapon. But before that, the police can just come take your weapon. So during the time in between the time between incident and the time that the restraining order is issued, the person could just say to hell with it and pew 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 pew, because they have their weapon at their disposal, can do just about anything. So even though people are saying that the prevalence of the guns is the problem, I don't know, I'm like on the fence with that. First of all, I don't think that there is any need for everybody to own a pew pew. But then you have to understand, with all the bad guys out there, and they are all hell bent on creating havoc in society, everybody believes that when I have a pew pew to defend myself. And it's not a pew pew by itself could sit here day and night and not cause a problem. It is the people who are behind the trigger. It is the people. They are the problems. They are the problem. Pew pew by itself can't move. It's an inanimate object. It can't fire itself. It can't do anything unless a human being takes it up and uses it for the wrong reasons. That's the only way. And guys, tonight, this is name Donovan Henry. Welcome, Donovan. How are you doing? Tonight, I'm telling you guys, I know there are lots of you out there who are in relationships that are violent, You're in violent relationships. You're in relationships that are wrought with domestic violence. You claim say you know see no way out. You wonder if this person is going to do the same thing to you, like was done to these two ladies. There are so many things going on in your mind. Let me tell you, you can't fix a man who don't want to be fixed or don't want to fix himself. You, me say, God, me not bother with you now. God, some if you mind me hurt myself on the fence there. You're right, me go mind me hurt myself for you. You a mess. Guys, some if you mind me hurt myself on the fence. You are so wrong. Russian girl, good night. How you doing? How you doing? Alright, call me. I'll come off on the fence because there's no point even being on the fence. Me have to pick a side. Me have to pick a side. Either I'm over here or I am over there. Can't be both. It's one or the other. Yes, guys. So I will pick. I will pick which side I end up on. So, guys, I am telling you that there are many of you right now who are facing domestic violence. Uno no want talk, uno claim say uno shame. Well, if uno shame, if uno shame for talk, if uno shame for seek help, if uno shame for run, and worry about what I am going to say, look at it this way. You can stay there in that relationship being worried about what I am going to say, what God going to say, what Blessed Queen going to say about you when you run away leave your relationship, or we are gonna say you run away, I mean you can't keep no man, you can't keep no relationship. You're worried about what we are gonna say. But you see, when you end up in other circumstances and we come sit down round table and I talk about you and what color we are going to wear come at your funeral, you would rather that than to hurry up and get yourself away and not be worried about what we are going to think or say. I know that can be a daunting task for some of you, but it is better to be alive and listen to people call your name than to not be alive and listen to people reading your obituary. Pick a side or the fence. Go and pick. I need to pick a side before the fence pick me. You're right. I don't want the fence to pick me now. I'm navigating over the fence gently because I don't want it to pick me or prick me. You are so bad. You are so wrong. Paul say, our Paul say no, should have. It's a conjunction. Where is it? Should have. Should have what? Should have what, Paul? What they should have done and didn't do? Yeah. A lot of women end up being unalived in relationship from which they could have escaped long time ago, but they are afraid, and that fear is compounded by shame. So them don't want people to know, say them I go through this. It wasn't until, the lady I spoke about the other day, it wasn't until after she had passed away, that after he had unalived her, that I was hearing how bad their relationship was and how abusive he was. But let me tell you something. If you all could have asked me what I thought about them as a couple, I would tell you that their relationship seems like relationship goals. That's what I would have said. Because I thought they had a great relationship. I never would have known because clearly she covered it well. She didn't want to show anybody that she was being abused. She covered it well. And even though she was covering it up well and not letting anybody know, he still turned around and unalive her. Still. I come over here, I can over there glitch really? Me not understand why over there glitch. Me not know, me not understand. Somebody say over the talker glitch. Well, Brands, are you that? Me that wait for you to come before me come off of the live, you know. I was waiting for you to come. And for all the people who have come onto the live from over the tube, I thank you all so much. At least 9 of you have hit the like button. The rest of you over there who haven't hit the like button, well, me never bother say nothing. No, I feel like me. But but welcome anyway. Welcome anyway. Thank you for popping in. I sincerely appreciate each and every one of you who have come into the live, and those of you who have shared my thoughts or shared your thoughts with me. My friend Craig Kirkland was here, reciting his poems and, chatting with us for a little bit. There is Paul, who is right here. Kadu is right there. We have some new people in the chat. YouTube is sending out the chat to Brazil, places where we don't even speak their language, Brazil and Russia. YouTube is sending out the chat. Let's welcome our sisters and brothers who have come into the chat from Russia and from Brazil. I sincerely appreciate you all. Thank you so much for popping in. Thank you so much for coming into the live. Guys, we are going to be calling this a night for right now. When we come back tomorrow, yes, we come back on my live tomorrow morning, round about 5-ish. We will come back into the live when we will continue to in the morning. We're not going to be talking about this kinds of stuff in the morning. In the morning, we're going to do the Bible reading. Tomorrow, we're going to do St. Luke chapter 16 tomorrow morning. So, guys, if you are up around around 5 o'clock in the morning, between 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock, you are welcome to join us. Same place over here on the channel of Trev Essence Unstoppable. Love and love alone. I enjoy. You are so welcome, my love. Yes, we only preach love. We don't preach hatred. Only love, my darling. It was a pleasure having you over here, Eddie Spence. It was an absolute pleasure. Sister Liz, it was a pleasure having you, Mamas and Print. Joe, my boo. What is more important, your life or death? Or keep on getting breaking black eyes. I don't know, Joseph, but some women stay in the relationships, get beat up, black eye, everything, cover it up, and it just becomes a part of them. It becomes their life. It becomes their life until we are singing kumbaya over them. Some people are embarrassed and ashamed. They don't want to talk. Yeah, they don't want to talk. They're not going to tell you what is going on with them. They are not going to tell you. Because if they tell you, they're going to be ashamed. You're going to tell somebody, they don't want to talk about it. They just think that in their minds, eventually it will stop. It will end. And a lot of people, instead of getting up and doing something about their circumstance, they sit down and cry and pray. Sit down and cry and pray instead of getting up to do something about their situation. But guys, I want to say my sincere sympathies and condolences go out to the family of Katie and Dawson and their daughter. My sincere condolences goes out to her family who have lost such a bright girl. Such a bright girl. And now we must say goodbye to her and to her daughter, all because of domestic violence. Do better, men. Our men, y'all need to do better. You all need to control your emotions. You all need to understand that it is okay to start over. It is okay to leave. It is okay. And it is going to be okay. When you have done something this wicked, when you unalive the woman, the children, and yourself, you have accomplished nothing except, if it is to be believed, what Bible says, a place in hell. That's all you have achieved, is a place in hell. And that's where I'm going to end for tonight, my friends. That's going to be it from me for tonight. Until next time, this is Trev from Trevessence, where your journey matters. Have yourselves a great night, everybody, and I will see you all first thing in the morning. All right, that's it, guys. Go and have yourselves a great night, and we will